Hey guys, Elda here. How are you? It is Tuesday in the middle of the day. I don't usually come on in the middle of the day because I'm at my other job. So I had today off and I'm not going to do a whole lot of meal prep because I only have a few days left this week. But I am always out searching for a good gluten-free bread recipe. It's very hard to find one that I have fallen in love with. So I am trying a brand new recipe today. I'm not sure if it's going to turn out, but it is from my favorite Fixate cooking show. And it's Autumn Calabrese and her brother Bobby, who is a chef. And he came up with this recipe for her son, who had a lot of sensitivities. So I watched it on their cooking show, and the bread looks really, really good. So I had to try it, so I'm going to try it with you guys here. It looks really quick. It's about 5 minutes. I measured a few of the ingredients, not all of them. And the only thing I didn't get are my measuring cups, so just hang tight. Okay, got it. I'm back. So we're going to start with dry ingredients and then go in with the wet ingredients. They recommend using a food processor. I don't have a food processor, believe it or not. I have every other kitchen gadget, but that one I do not have. But I'm going to try it with my Vitamix. I'm going to see how it goes. I will let you know how it all turns out because you have to actually let this one rise for about 30 minutes. But I'll do the whole prep part of it first. So, let's do the dry ingredient first. Sorry, excuse my messy kitchen. Pull out my Vitamix. So, that up there. So, 2 cups of gluten-free flour. Sometimes I do a mixture of different rice flours, potato starch, that kind of stuff, and make my own that I got from my niece. This is just the cup to cup that you can buy in the stores. We need 2.5 cups of that. So, this is a cup. Put that in there. Hopefully it'll work in my Vitamix. I make almost everything in this Vitamix. And then 1/2 cup, we're just going to estimate that. Okay. Then we are going to do, and I pre-measured this, 2.5 teaspoons of xanthan gum. That is kind of just like a binder or gives it structure. So kind of something you got to use in gluten-free bread, unfortunately. Put that in there. This is 2 teaspoons of instant yeast. I'm going to put that in there. And then a teaspoon of salt, which I'm not going to measure. Okay, and we're just going to pulse this to mix it up. At the same time, you are going to preheat your oven to 400. And I'll do that. Always make sure there's no pans in the oven because my mom is notorious for putting her pans in there. And then I go and I turn on the oven and no good. So I'm just going to mix that it a little bit of a quick mix. Then we're going to do wet ingredients. This is 1.5 cups of warm water, and they usually say warm being like what you would give a baby a bath in. I've never had a baby, so I don't know what that is, but kind of fairly warm. You put 2 eggs in. And then the last part in here is 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, which I pre-measured here. And that, they say, is to give it like a French bread texture. And when people make French bread, there's a lot of fermentation that goes on, I guess kind of like sourdough bread. So it just gives it that little bit. So you mix this up. And then you throw it in here. You have to mix it for 5 minutes They said set a timer, do it for 5 minutes. I'm not going to keep you guys on here for 5 minutes, but I'm going to do that for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to explain to you what you do after that. So I have just this olive oil spray. I'm going to spray my pan so that that's ready to go. So once you mix that, you mix it for 5 minutes. You are going to pour it in here. You are going to, they like you to let it rise for 30 minutes. They said depending on how warm your kitchen is. Mine is pretty warm. Also put a piece of saran wrap or plastic wrap on top, and you can also spray the top so if it rises to the plastic top, it doesn't stick. Let it rise for 30 minutes, and then you're going to do 2 different heats and times. So 400 degrees for 35 minutes, and then 350 for the last 30 minutes. So bring it down a bit. That'll give you the crunchy crust with the really nice soft inside, we think. So I will let you know how that turns out, but that's how quick and easy it is. And they also said after it comes out of the oven, let it sit for at least an hour. Don't be cutting into the warm bread. If you want it warm, just heat it up after, because with the gluten-free bread, you got to let it set. So pretty quick. We made that pretty fast. I'm just going to mix it in here for the next 5 minutes, and then at the end, when it's all baked, I will post a picture, so look out for that. If anyone's interested, maybe after you see the picture, I'd be happy to share the recipe. But it's from the Fix 8 cooking show that you can get on Beachbody On Demand. All right, so thank you guys all for watching. I know it's in the middle of the day and most people are working, but it was kind of nice to come on in the middle of the day. It was kind of nice having a day off so that I could come on and do this. So anyways, everyone have a great rest of your day, and I will be seeing you all soon. Take care.